Hey, it's Mike Waters. Welcome back to the Mystic Smoker Shop. Excuse the mess. Again, it's kind of busy in here. It's a little bit cluttered. I want to take just a couple of minutes to explain a new product or combination of items that make a new product for the MysticSmokers.com website. For several years, guys have been asking me where to source the stainless steel bolts that I use for the Mystic Smokers hinge. The blade style hinge with the three major components there, the two vertical pieces and the larger horizontal piece. And I also use a stainless steel shim that we'll talk about in just a minute. But guys have been asking for several years now where I source the stainless steel parts, because getting them from McMaster Carr, as much as we love McMaster Carr, getting stuff in a pinch, they can be a little bit pricey. So it's certainly not something that you want to buy at a hardware store either. Of course, that's what a lot of guys are having to do. I buy my stainless steel parts real cheap. Depending on how much I buy, I can get pretty significant bulk rates. So after years of guys asking, can I provide a bolt kit and stuff like that, I decided, yeah, why not go ahead and do it. So this is the new product. It's the Hinge and Bolt hardware kit, or whatever I end up calling it for the website. And essentially, it is this here, which is the complete hinge that I put on Mystic Smokers cookers. And I like to use stainless steel hardware with the hinge itself. And there are a few reasons for that. One, using a bushing between the parts just provides for a little more elegant part. You don't get that noise, the hinge opening up and closing. It provides better wear surface and corrosion. So being stainless steel just helps with all of those benefits of having a bushing between these parts. Now, do you have to have a bushing between the parts? No. Does it make it better, operate better? Absolutely it does. Of course it does. That's why we use bushings. So I have been using these bushings for years between the parts, and I will provide those as part of the kit. Also, there are some stainless steel washers that go on the outside, where washers would typically go. Do you have to have that? No, but it does make it look a little bit better. One of the reasons that I like to use stainless steel bolts is for the corrosion factor. If you use a zinc plated, 4 or 5 years down the road, you are going to have corrosion issues where it wants to rust itself to the metal pieces if it's not used a lot and it's not old, or people put a little bit of grease on there or whatever they happen to do. I like to use stainless. I've got stainless, I've got hinges out there that have been out there many years using stainless bolt, and gosh, they look just brand new. They look like they did many years ago. Both parts, both the mild steel part and the stainless bolt, because they're not rusting themselves together, not corroding against each other. The downside to using a stainless bolt through your build process is stainless is notorious for galling. If you don't put some grease on this nut when you tighten it up, there's a good chance that it won't make it all the way before it galls. That's just the nature of stainless steel. If you do put a dab of grease on there, it probably will not. As a matter of fact, I haven't had any, knock on some wood there, that I have put grease on that did gall up, that did seize up. But I have had several over the years that they would get just about all the way tight, and then the little rascal would seize up, and now you've got to cut it off and put another one on. So I don't like using stainless steel throughout the build. I like to use a regular zinc bolt. And they're pretty cheap, regular zinc plated grade 5 bolt, typical stuff that you can buy at the hardware store. I like to use that throughout the build because I don't put door stops on the cooker until the very end, because that's just one more obstacle that can get hung up on the build table as I'm spinning this thing all the way around. So my door stops don't go on to the very end, and this tank will be at various clock positions throughout the build. may not always be straight up where the door will set against the rest. So, and you'll see in some of the videos that I just use a 3/4 inch wrench, or actually 2 of them, tighten these blades down here so I can raise the door to 3/4, halfway, whatever I want to do. Tighten those little nuts right quick, and it will stay there. You can pretty much stand on the thing. Well, I don't want somebody going out there and trying to stand on it and get hurt, but you know what I mean. And it will absolutely stay there. So I use these bolts, the cheap bolts, throughout the build, and after sandblasting and painting, I will put these good stainless steel bolts, which look cool. There's no denying the cool factor to them, with the nice washers, on the painted system or oil system or whatever sort of finish it happens to have. The point is at the very end, before either the customer takes it or whatever happens to the cooker. So it's a good thing to have these bolts, and they're not that expensive, so why not just provide them in the kit? So the kit will include the basic kit, because remember, a standard cooker is 2 doors, most are 2 doors. I can of course provide whatever combination of doors people want. Just contact me, reach out through the website, or you know, contact me through the phone number on the back of my t-shirt. A lot of people do that. And let me know what you want, and obviously I can get that to you. So this here in front of me is the standard 6 hinge kit. Obviously 4 hinges for the cook chamber and 2 hinges for the firebox. That's the standard setup for like this 250 here beside us. Of course, I can put together whatever anybody needs, single door, 3-door, 4-door, or whatever. This just happens to be the standard 6 hinge kit, just for demonstration purposes here today. Obviously it comes with the 6 zinc bolts for the build process. I've got my bolts over there. Maybe I'll throw a picture of them in just a little bit. I've got 6 that I have used for I don't know how many cookers now. They've become sentimental for me, and I don't want to let anything happen to them. They've been all through the build process, and you know, then sandblasted and then painted, because they're on there when the cooker gets painted, and then I pull them off and put them on. They will go on this cooker here, and so those little rascals have it's kind of silly to kind of think of them that way, but I've become attached to just those little bolts because I've built so many cookers with them. They're like little partners there, little buddies. So the kit will come with the 6 bolts to build with, and then the 6 bolts to finish up with. Once you tighten these nylon lock nuts down to whatever friction level you want your door to be at. Obviously for a cook chamber door, you wouldn't want any friction at all. You just don't want it bouncing around. The firebox door, you probably do want, or you should want, a little bit of friction on, and you can set that friction level. Of course, this hinge sets in this orientation, and you just tighten that little nylon lock nut up to whatever friction level you want. That way you don't have to have that graduated stepped bar that sticks out here that so many of us have gotten stitches over the year in our shin and calf from trying to walk by, and it grabs us as we go by. There's no need for that if you're using blade style hinges. All you have to do is tighten the nylon lock nut up, it stays there, and never have to deal with it again. That door you can tighten where it's very difficult to move, it swings freely, or whatever level of tension you want. So if you want the door to be at 2.5 inches, you just ease it to what you recognize is where the cooker's going to run best, and just leave it there. It'll stay. So that is the beauty, or one of the fabulous things of a blade style hinge, that you can adjust the tension on that hinge. And like I said, even on a firebox, once you set it, you don't have to change it unless you decide you want more or less tension down the road. So I can't think of anything else that we need to discuss on this particular kit. And of course we have just the standard bolt kit. So if you don't need the hinges, you have some other style hinges, you made your own, or Lord forbid, ordered them from somebody else. The bolts are available, of course, on the website. This is the standard bolt setup. It's the 6 bolts, the nylon lock nuts in stainless steel, with the shims, the washers, and of course the build bolts there. And if you need any combination of numbers of bolts or bolts and hinges, just reach out and we'll mix and match whatever you need. So I think that wraps us up for this video. I can't think of anything else that needs to be covered. Just want to do a short little video on one of the newest products out or combinations. And if you liked the video, be sure to do the thumbs up. That's very, very important. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That goes a long way. And share the video if you know anybody that could benefit from seeing the video. Liking, subscribing, and sharing goes an awful long way in moving the video up in the rankings on the YouTube ranking list. So be sure to go to mysticsmokers.com for any parts that you may need, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.